Welcome back to Game Oven. There's usually a special intro, but I don't usually do those, so we're just gonna wing it. We're here. So I'm gonna be running the shenanigans. Bree, that's me. Hello, hi. I've also got a couple people here with me. If you would like to go around and introduce yourself.
Howdy, hey, I am Lex Olden, and welcome back to another episode of Game Moving. Yay. I forgot the rhyming part of my intro.
It's time I get to traumatize and confuse people.
Bree has the keys today.
I know, and no one's ever getting them back. Let's be real, I always have the keys.
That's fine, I walk.
Emily, introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Rainy, or Rainy Keys, and you can find me on places.
I said Emily, but that works too. Now Emily.
We're doing great, guys. Can you tell it's been a minute since this group has been hanging out together? Hello, I am Emily, known all around the internet as was foretold. You can find me here regularly on Game Woven, or Gay Woven, whichever.
Or They Woven.
Real spicy.
Oh yeah, that's all in the recording, huh? I forgot.
Yeah.
No. That was when I thought
Well-
Alistair wasn't here yet.
Nope, and all of it can stay or go. We'll find out, Bree.
This week we are playing a game called Nowhereville by Nerdburger Games. It's written by Craig Campbell, who is the creator of Nerdburger Games. I have had the pleasure of running this the past 2 years in a row over at Gen Con. It is a delightful game about small town horror. And just some of the fun little flavor text. Small towns are just like big cities, except everyone knows everyone else. That means everyone knows everyone else's business, their bad habits, their failures, and their secrets. In tight-knit communities, animosities can grow and fester in ways not seen in any other place. It's hard to get over a past slight when you're constantly reminded of it within the confines of your small town. Additionally, true evil exists even if many people don't want to believe it. Monsters are real, and they often take the form of terrible people with hurtful beliefs and vile agendas, as well as actual monsters with claws and fangs. Sometimes, in a small town, the animosities and monsters end up coalescing at the same time, and they take on a life of their own. Nowhereville is one such town, or in this case, Primsol. Although, let's be real, monsters are everywhere in the Empire. Why is this town the way it is? It's a secret. No one really knows. Might even call it the big secret. You may discover it by playing this game, but doing so will mean confronting all the horrors, both human and monstrous, that live here. Hitting back against the darkness that pervades a small town, it seems like a town in the middle of nowhere, where no one ever goes, where nothing ever happens. But if you look deeper, you find that's not true. Plenty happens. Plenty of terrible and nasty things, and the townsfolk never really seem to notice. It's like a sort of spell has been cast over the town, making people forget just how often mysterious and dangerous things happen. In fact, no one ever seems to leave once they've settled down, unless it's in a coffin. As I mentioned, we are returning to Primsol. And a lot has changed in the past 5 years, so let's check in on some of the characters we met last time we were here. Starting with Bryn, because it's your birthday.
Again.
It's my birthday. Bryn has definitely changed quite a lot, especially after the disappearance of their friend Penelope and their friend Wynn leaving town, as well as all of their friends. So she has learned to be not as boisterous. Mechanically, Bryn is following the Forgotten playbook. You've lived here for your entire life, but circumstances and some bad luck has you to be mostly forgotten. You live on the fringe and in the shadows. You aren't beholden to many and enjoy your freedom. And that is very true even of Bryn. The only things that keep her here outside of the town itself, keeping her here, is the school and her mother. Bryn has just devoted herself more, especially after the incident in the mines, to working there as like a teacher's aide when she came.
Lex, would you like to introduce your character?
Hi, it's me, Dante Durant. Things have been great. You know, I've been having a swallow time here in Primsol, doing my best every day, doing great over the arena, undefeated. For some reason, I haven't been granted the gift of vampirism yet. I don't know why. I was due like a few years ago, but then every time I just keep getting things back about getting delays on that. But it's all good. I'll get it one day. The Pillar. You are a recognized, well-known member of the community. Many look on you favorably, but your enemies truly hate you. You hold considerable sway and often need to be concerned with how others view you.
Last but not least, we have Ellis.
So,
We haven't seen Ellis in Primsol in a minute, have we?
no, Ellis has been gone away in the capital, off in the city, training under Bahamut and Regis, as you may or may not know if you were listening to Bitter Litany, which...
Bitney Litany!
Bitney Litany.
Litany, litany.
Bindi Litany.
Go Birds.
Go Birds!
That's what that felt like. Yeah, Ellis is the returned. You left long ago, but came back for some reason. Now you're trapped again, but your perspective is different. You see things others don't, and the town doesn't have as tight of a hold on you as it does on many. Let's be real, even though it's been like 5 years and he's like 18 now, Ellis is still a little punk-ass kid. Just with a little more class, a little pizzazz, thanks to Bahamut. Can
Ew.
pull out the charm when necessary. And is a little more worldly when it comes to the way things are in the Empire compared to most of Primsol.
There are a lot of machinations happening in the Empire, but when you came back, I'll say you've probably been back a couple of months at this point, and you quickly realized a lot has changed, and none of the news of what is going on here has reached the capital. No one is talking about it outside of Primsol, because you left about like a week after the incident in the mines. Exactly 1 month and a day after the incident, someone tried to leave and they weren't able to. And it was discovered gradually over time that no one can leave. No one has been able to leave Primsol in the past 5 years. If you do, you very quickly become ill and die within hours. Anyone who enters Primsol for longer than a couple of hours and then tries to leave will have the same thing happen to them. So there's not a lot of interaction with the outside world in Primsol. Like, trade is basically just like dropped off on the part of the floating city that has a road. You still get trade, you still get news, but people just kind of avoid it. People don't spend a lot of time there, but everyone that lives there is trying to pretend like everything is fine. Nothing's changed. Most of the citizens are vampires. 5 years is nothing. But else, when you return, you see there's something wrong, and it's a different kind of wrong than you see in most places of the Empire. There's something else here. And it's got a hold on the city. And the only two people who seem to notice it are Dante and Bryn. Because of course Bryn notices. In the past 5 years, you have occasionally heard from Wynn. She's fine. She and her family moved not long after, but she's still able to send word back and forth. You would occasionally do hear of Penelope. You don't really remember a lot of what happened in the mines. You only really start to remember when it's the two of you. It's the only time you can really, like, those memories clarify. They're always there. It's just like something throws a blanket on them or puts them in a box. when you're around other people, which has been helpful when, Bryn, you probably at some point did have to go through some questioning about why were you in the mines, and you made up a story about your mom was sick, so you went to like go collect some moss that grew in the mines. Legit plausible answer. And since you didn't know otherwise, they believed you.
Mm-hmm.
Dante, I don't know if you know anything really about the incident in the mines. You know, a dude was murdered. They briefly believed someone did it, but then they found the real culprit and just didn't talk about it again.
Yeah, I don't know much about it, but I just know it disrupted a lot of stuff, so that's a shame. But, I'm sure things will get back on track soon.
I know, it's just been 5 years. Things sometimes move slowly in the Empire. Most of the people trying to figure things out in Primsol are still trying to figure out how to get the city to land. And having absolutely no luck, because I don't think they figured out why it's floating. They still haven't fully figured that out yet.
It's fine. It's just a few inches.
It's just high enough that if a city were to drop, most of it would be reduced to rubble. But as I said earlier, it's Bryn's birthday. Bryn, what are you doing for your birthday?
Probably working, grading papers, staying specifically out of trouble.
You are being intentionally unremarkable and doing exactly as expected.
Yes.
Oh, you want to stay out of trouble on your birthday? Trouble's gonna walk through the door, honey. I'm right here.
I picture that as exactly how the conversation starts, as Ellis walks either into your house or your office, wherever you are.
Carrying a couple flagons of ale.
Probably my office, because Bryn and her mom did move houses. Basically, they moved inside the university, still pending trying to get a new house built. Because reasons.
I can't imagine why you moved.
Can't imagine why. I can't imagine that, oh golly, the house just went up in flames. Literally a day after.
Oops.
The mine.
Oopsie. That's a coincidence.
It was crazy.
You can't prove nothing.
Exactly. Evidence? What evidence?
We lit too many birthday candles. It's fine.
It's absolutely fine. I just have a mental image of Ellis as you come into the room and you say that. Something shifts behind Bryn. We see Callum behind her. He's technically not supposed to be in here, but he sneaks in here a lot.
I almost said puppy. It's like, no, not puppy.
Close. Callum is very much puppy. Are you kidding me?
Close.
Well, look what the cat finally drug in. Callum, sit.
You thought you were just gonna sit in here on your birthday? Come on.
The last time we went out on my birthday, things happened.
Things happen for every birthday. That's why they're special. I have been off on my own for years. Some people, that means something too. Come on, I can't just let you sit around here. I know I'm not Win or Pen, but the two of us can have some fun still. Can I smoke in here?
No, please don't. You and that habit. See, the capital did not change you for much.
You should be glad for that.
Considering the things I have heard out through the woodworks, I would perhaps definitely should be considered glad. Just let me finish grading this stack and pass it off to some poor sod. We'll go out.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I feel like Ellis, just because he hasn't been able to get away with it in the capital, leans back in the chair, feet on the desk.
As long as you haven't stepped in any Drake shit, it'll be fine.
Not that I've noticed.
So what exactly drug you back? I thought you were learning.
Oh, yeah. I was learning quite a bit. I guess they
Mhm.
didn't want me to learn the wrong things too soon, though. There's something about a tournament. Things went a bit weird. One of my caretakers may or may not be dying.
Oh
It's fine.
no.
I had nothing to do with it, I promise. Scout's honor.
See, they didn't tear that line out of your throat yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him past tearing anything out of anyone's throat, especially, esophagus.
Yeah. So, made your dad any more proud? How was that old spot?
Oh, God. I don't even know how much he paid attention while I was there. I saw him a couple of times. He actually noticed me less than when I was here. Isn't that great?
That's so crazy.
It's like, yeah, I trust these other vampires to make sure my son is paying attention to the right things.
Exactly. What could go wrong?
Oh,
So
let
many
me
things.
find the ways.
Okay, did you set anything on fire?
Define anything.
Not even a stable. Come on, man. You're in the capital. Your little rebellious heart didn't decide to just fuck with shit.
Oh, well, when you're in a tight space like that, fire's not really the move. It can spread a bit too much and unexpectedly. Plus, it rained a lot. I was not expecting that much rain up there.
Ew.
While you two are talking about chaos, what's Dante up to?
Dante's probably out doing something helpful. Like, say if it's like fall, I'm like just going from house to house raking leaves. If it's winter, I'm shoveling driveways. I'm doing something helpful across town.
Yeah, Bryn, it's your birthday. You know what time it is.
Yeah, I totally know the season of my birthday. Yes. I think it was I'm trying to base it off of the Styx Night thing because what happened was during Styx Night, like last home game of the season. And
Would that be like spring or fall or
I mean,
that's
You
what I'm
can
getting
just
at.
say
I don't
when.
think we said.
Yeah, we maybe never decided, so we can decide now.
Six Knives is played outside, so I'm gonna say it has the same like season as football.
Okay, but football ends.
It's in February.
And football never ends. First of all,
Well.
second of all, football ends in like January,
It ends in my heart.
February,
Actually,
depending
it
on.
never
Well, NFL
started.
ends in February, but
I didn't realize
some
football
places go
never
until
ends.
March.
That's crazy.
So baseball. We're going by baseball season.
let's go by
Cool.
baseball.
Sure, fall. Okay.
Fall.
Also,
it's fall.
side
Yes,
thing.
it's somewhere in the fall. I think I remember like somewhere on the map there's kind of like a big open area around the school and where the blood fountain is. And you're just like kind of cleaning the
Yeah.
up and you got your Drake helping you.
I think my Drake
like-
name was Santiago. I don't actually have
I
that.
forgot about the blood fountain. Let me
The
check
blood
my
Yeah.
fountain.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, my Drake, who was like the spindliest boy.
Yes, super spindly. Santiago sounds correct.
Yeah, it's Santiago. Santiago gained a day.
You are cleaning up around the blood fountain, trying to keep busy, trying to continue being a positive influence on the community.
Yeah.
Even though you have noticed that things have been changing in the past few years, there's something. It almost seems like it's been influencing things, but you can't
Sorry,
quite
things have
put your
been
finger
changing?
on what.
In my town, I don't think that's happened. Everything's the same. It's great.
Yeah, no one can leave, and it's just
Why would you want to leave the best town in the world?
so. Dante is very hardcore in denial.
Dante has drank the Kool-Aid.
As you are raking leaves and cleaning stuff up, you do notice that, like, Santiago's usually pretty good, I feel like, at, like, staying on task and, like, focusing on, like, the thing ahead. He's a very orderly, spindly guy.
Yeah, Santiago is always getting his work done on time, just like I taught him.
Today, he keeps getting distracted. Keeps just, like, staring at the fountain like there's something going on there, and you can't figure out why, because It's just doing its little thing. You got the blood bouncing off of the little moon mirrors, and it's kind of doing its pretty little red glowy thing that it does at night because of the moonlight. Shit's on.
It is nighttime, you said?
I'm assuming since Bryn is doing, like, grading papers,
That's
my
fair.
assumption is it's evening.
Gotcha. Okay. No.
Twilight. Sunset.
Exactly.
Back to Bryn and Ellis as you are talking about the shenanigans and maybe some of the rumors of what the capital thinks is going on in Primsol, which they're mostly concerned with the land dispute.
Land
They don't seem
dispute.
to care about anything weird. Yeah, that's the only thing they really care about, and most people don't particularly care about that.
Like, occasionally people would just be like, we need to talk about Primsol. And then it'd be like, but we're stuck in bureaucracy. We've got all of this red tape going on. Eventually we'll get out to actual Primsol and see what we're dealing with. And then, in the meantime, what is this nonsense?
Yeah, things have been going weird. Some of the students are starting to get a little squirrely. Callum's been way too close, so something's up.
The whole place floats. It's always been a little weird. But yeah, it's a little weirder in a strange way.
Something's going on. I can't put my finger on it, and you notice Bryn isn't hiding behind her glamour, like her more like humanoid glamour. She's got very pointed long ears. Her eyes resemble Callum's, except she doesn't do the weird side blinky that most lizards do, that Callum's does. And she has specifically 4 clawed fingers, so like a thumb and 3 fingers instead of the human 5, and the same sort of pose with a more arched shape where she's very comfortably sitting in platform.
Yeah, I met a guy with a bajillion arms. This is fine.
Well, of course. It's why she stopped hiding. She learned about Dr. Gawain around you.
Strange guy. Pretty cool.
As the two of you start talking about the incident that happened on Bryn's birthday 5 years ago, you do briefly start to remember pieces of the conversation with the silhouette, and some things are still kind of fuzzy, whether it's because it's been a while or maybe it's just difficult to wrap your head around it.
Just get lost in its eye.
Yeah, you remember there was something about the silhouette warned you that something would be coming.
Oh,
Finally, someone talks about Primsol.
finally.
Something was coming for Primsol. Something was coming. No, it's already here. And it's starting to wake back up. And as that memory goes through your head, Bryn, you finish grading your last paper and you flip it over into the done pile, and you see there's a handwritten note. That definitely wasn't there when you put this pile of homework there to grade. It's a handwritten note from Penelope, and it says, "The truth lies in the heart of the fountain, but beware, that way lies also death." It's just signed Penelope. She doesn't include her last name, which she always signed with her, like, full name in the past.
Like Blood Priest.
Yeah. This time, no, it just says Penelope.
Lies in the heart of the fountain,
And-
but beware that brings death.
Beware, that way also lies death.
Does it look like Penelope's handwriting?
Yes, it does. Bryn, would you give me a mind roll? You're looking to get a 5. So we have body, mind, charm, and heart. Each of those you gets assigned a number between 1 and 4, and that's how many dice are in your pool when you roll for that stat. There are other things that could also add a die to your pool or remove a die. You're looking to hit a certain number, so you're looking to hit a 5.
I have 2 6s and a 3.
All right, so since this is an investigation, you get a clue and you can ask 2 questions, and you mark one towards the end of the sway track, which the sway track measures the influence either the town has over you or you have over the town.
Mm-hmm.
clue you get is there's more room for writing on this paper. And you feel like writing will be there when you need it to be. And you get to ask 2 questions.
I mean, how did it get here is definitely one of Bryn's questions.
I think in the past 5 years, there have been a couple of times. This is the first time you've had a note from Penelope. But there have been a couple of times where you've had notes appearing in unlikely places from hidden allies. Like, there are others who have connection with the rebels and with Urstella. And sometimes they'll hide notes in plain sight, and usually those notes are magicked in some way. And just because magic is your jam, there's some magic vibes coming from this paper.
That was my next question, was can I suss out if there's like a magic, like I have to go through certain things to get more of the writing to appear? Or is it just a time and place? It'll show up when it wants to show up.
So part of the magic is only those that this was written for will be able to read it, which is why you and Ellis are able to read it.
Mm-hmm.
So like anyone else, it would just look like a plain scrap of paper unless they are very strong with divination magic and find a way to crack it, which would require them knowing that they needed to divination a random piece of paper.
Yeah.
But the fact that it showed up here today, right now, feels significant. And like I said, you'll remember the silhouette saying that something is going to be awakening. Somehow Penelope knows, and she's giving you a way to find what that is. So there will be more information, and it will appear. You weren't sure what exactly will trigger it, whether you have to, like, say a certain thing, or you have to be in a certain location, or if it's time-wise. There's probably a couple different variations of situations that would trigger the more information being revealed. It's almost like a security measure, in a way. So if someone was able to basically crack the overlaying enchantment, they would only be able to get, like, just that message.
Mm-hmm.
Which
makes sense.
Doesn't communicate a whole lot. So if there's more, it's going to be more detailed, potentially more specific. It'll unlock. Probably once you go investigate the blood fountain.
Yay! The blood fountain. Yeah, Bryn will just like look at the note, look at Ellis, turn it over so Ellis can read it.
Hey, looks like Pen's giving you a scavenger hunt for your birthday.
I know, right? How?
Remember that time I
sweet.
tried to do a treasure hunt for your 13th birthday? That was fun.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. I kind of wish we didn't piss off your dad, though. But you know,
Hey, nothing actually burned down, okay? He'll get over it.
but still, that's scary when he's actually like mad.
Doesn't happen often. It's kind of terrifying.
So, blood fountain.
I guess
It's beautiful at twilight.
Of course it is. Yes, let's go to the blood fountain.
Yes, adventure.
How is Silverstein?
Blood
Were you able to bring Silverstein with you?
Of course. He's got a neat little saddle on him, new riding gear.
Come outside and Silverstein's like rolling on his back, like trying to get the saddle off. He just freezes. Oh,
Good
hi.
boy. Good boy.
Wiggles a little bit more and the saddle finally pops off.
Yeah,
Rolls
that's
back
my
over,
boy.
Shakes.
Oh, hey, is it cool if I stash this stuff in your office? It might be worth some money.
Yeah, you're probably not be asked back, aren't you?
Maybe.
Well, we have lived a life. Because, Penelope did say there might be deaths, so.
Yeah, pay attention to the wording. It doesn't say your death necessarily. It could be anyone's death, or just death as a concept, or death as the person. Don't you want to meet death and have a little chat, ask some questions?
I think that's more yours. I'm gonna be honest, that is way more yours.
Yeah.
Suppose the blood fountain, and you would note, and obviously Ellis would notice the fact that Bryn's like glamour just slipped right back on her more human-y looking face.
Someday, man. Someday. Fly free.
I mean, it's just what we do. It's
I get it. I get it.
It's habit. It's largely a habit.
Plus, it's not like you can leave. It's not like you can leave and go where there are more people like you.
Yeah, it's habit.
Oh, yeah, that I wonder if Ellis has tried to leave yet since they got back.
Been here long enough to like catch on to the fact that people can't leave. Have you tried?
Odds or evens?
Odds.
Odd, I have. I tried to leave.
Yeah, you almost died.
Fun! You tried to leave once, twice. I tried to leave twice.
And how'd that sickness go for you?
You gotta make sure it's not a fluke.
About half an hour into you standing just on the other side of the border, Silverstein was having to grab you by the back of your shirt and haul you back onto the floating city. You were fading fast. There's something deeply wrong, but you're not sure what is making whatever is wrong be wrong. Can't put your finger on it. Alice, I feel like you might be the only one who knows the full extent of the implications behind this city was hit with the renewal and it has a blood fountain that is recirculating the energy of all the people who were killed by the renewal.
Yeah, that's pretty intense.
Whoa, that is intense. Of course, Alice would know that shit.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, they wiped the entire city out and restarted.
The blood fountain is cycling the blood of all of those who died, question mark? No one really knows. All you know is like
Blood
one of the
haunted.
city.
Blood fountain's
Probably.
haunted.
It's also
Everything we make is haunted.
I mean, the fact that you also put moon mirrors in there? Haunted.
Haunted.
That's one of my favorite things. Everything we make is haunted.
I made the blood fountain that siphons and recycles the energy. Ben is the one who added the moon mirrors trying to secretly help Urstella, forgetting that Urstella has sun powers.
Yeah, it's fine.
Everything's fine.
So the two of you set off towards the blood fountain. You see Dante just raking leaves. Santiago keeps like turning his head and slowly moving towards the fountain.
Santiago, no.
The moonlight in the mirrors causes a bit of a glow on top of the natural magic that goes with the fountain, but can I get the three of you to roll a mind looking to hit a 6?
Ooh.
So now, point of clarification that I missed, because you definitely said it, and then I just didn't hear it. Am I rolling to get a total of 6, or at least one of the dice gets a 6?
One of the
At
dice.
least one of the dice.
One of the
Okay.
dice.
We do not total. It's just how many
Game of
better
odds.
roll of success. I got 1 6.
Nope,
I
mine's
had one
my
die
lowest
to
stat.
roll, and I rolled a 6.
I had one die to roll and got a 3.
This is another investigation. Because there's definitely something up here, and Dante, you've been noticing Santiago. This isn't normal for him, but it's starting to happen more often throughout this night in particular. You all get a clue, no matter what. Something is happening in the fountain. There is another kind of magic, or something that was here before the town, maybe? Before the Empire decided to settle, before the renewal, there was something here. It's been about 20 years since the renewal happened. Whatever that something is starting to affect the blood fountain in a way that is drawing specifically Santiago in. He's currently the most enthralled by it, but that sort of enthrallment will spread. So if you fail, if you didn't get any hits, you get to mark 1 skill, and you get a complication.
Oh, I got 2 failures because, I rolled 3 dice.
No, it's just if you don't
For what?
succeed at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got 1 hit, so you're fine. If you got 1 hit, you mark a spirit. If you get 2 hits, you mark towards the end of your sway track. And I
Chaos.
think Dante's complication is Santiago is not listening to you, will not listen to you. Santiago is going into the fountain. And you are not sure if you could get him back. Or if you can stop him.
Hey, buddy. Come on. Santiago.
What happens when a drake goes in a blood fountain?
Oh, hi, Ellis.
Hey, Dante.
Very bad thing. Santiago, out.
You're several yards away. You're not like right on the edge of the fountain, but the fountain is pretty big. Santiago is not deviating, is not moving at all. Remind me, Ellis, did you get a hit or no?
Yes.
Okay, so for the people that got a hit, what question would the two of you like to ask? As Santiago is walking slowly but steadily towards the fountain that is giving off weird energy.
How bad would it be if Santiago makes it into the fountain?
What magic is enthralling in Santiago to the fountain? Like, what's the other magic?
For how bad would it be? Santiago would be somewhere else. There is something other, kind of like the otherness you experienced when you interacted with a silhouette, but almost like a different flavor of other.
Blood portal, blood portal, blood
Blood
portal.
Blood portal. Listen, the mirrors in there sealed it. It's a blood portal.
Magic affecting the fountain is magic that was here before the Empire came here. You don't know much about the history because that history has been
Erased.
propaganda washed.
Yeah, erased.
Yes,
and very well
erased.
hidden, and definitely not easily available in the library. Probably very well hidden in some dunes. Noble's house somewhere else in time.
There were probably like vague mentions of like malcontents in the beginning before they were able to properly redirect the community onto a path more observing of a city in the Empire, which translates to there were people who were here first and they took issue. That old magic that was here first that probably was connected to that community is reaching through the fountain, and something has been broken in this town for a long time. Feels like it's asking for help, but you're not sure if that's a good thing or not. Dante, do you want to do anything to stop your Drake from wandering into the fountain?
If we're smaller, I do think we just like grab your dog by the collar, like, no, get over here. But since he's like, the size of a rideable animal, I'm just gonna like probably fail to like physically get in the way.
Roll with either body or charm as you try and get Santiago to not wander into the blood fountain, because he is not listening.
Highest I got was a 5.
You are able to get Santiago's attention, and he's listening to you now, but part of him still like wants to continue, but he will listen. How do you get his attention?
I have his favorite treat on hand at all times, which
Bribery.
is just a whole rabbit.
That's
Just walking around with a brace of conies on your belt.
Yeah. The good old rabbit, like the ye old rabbit chain, where you have them tied by their feet, thumb string. The good old game belt.
I like a special like side satchel thing that's just full of rabbits.
You get his attention with the rabbit. He does stop to eat the rabbit, but he's still like looking past you, like he wants to go into that portal, but into the fountain. But you've distracted him for now.
You need help with him, Dante?
Oh, yeah, he's fine.
You sure?
No. while he's distracted, I'm gonna take a look at the fountain and see what the fuck is up. I go, oh, by the way, nice to see you guys again. How you been? Been a minute, Ellis. I'm sure I've seen Bryn every now and again, but also Bryn's usually like holed up in office, so maybe not.
I mean, Bryn does have to step out every so often, but
Mhm.
yeah, no, not a whole lot. Since the incident.
You are aware that Bryn continues to exist.
Happy birthday, Bryn, by the way. Because of course, Dante knows everybody's birthdays.
Thank you, Dante.
I mean, you're looking to hit a 5 with that investigation, with the mind roll.
On fail, I get 1 into the skill track, and on a success, it's in the spirit.
1 success is spirit, 2 successes is sway.
Gotcha. Okay.
I have my cheat sheet pulled up. So what are you trying to figure out as you look at the fountain?
No, I'm just as stupidly getting close to it and staring like Santiago was.
But like, what are you trying to figure out? Like, what had his attention? What was he looking at? Kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to find what had it then.
You wish Bryn a happy birthday, and you turn, look at the fountain, and you are immediately enthralled by. It's almost like I want to call it like a siren song, but I'm not. Well, actually, yeah, I've kind of hinted around sirens existing. There's something that is pulling you to come in. There's something that needs your help, and it will help you. But you have to enter the fountain and leave this world behind. You've been listening to Game Woven, a creative storytelling collective building a world one game at a time. This week we are playing Nowhereville by Nerdburger Games. It's a game of small town horror. With us at the table is Rainy Keys, Emily Anderson, and Lex Olden, with Brianna Jean as the DM. If you like what we're doing, give us a review on Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcasting app. You can also support us over at Patreon at patreon.com/GameWoven, or hop over to the One Shot Podcast Network's Patreon, since we are a member of the One Shot Podcast Network. Support them, you support us, plus a whole host of other amazing shows.